Hello and welcome to Spirit Forest. This is a series of videos that I'm doing talking about my cabin design. We are currently in the layout process right now. The videos before this are about the ideas that I gave my architect. Then the architect came back to me with an idea, and now we're going to talk about the final design of the cabin. At the end of this video, I will attach a playlist if you want to see some videos before that. Now, my channel isn't just about building a cabin. My channel is also a vlog where I'm camping, I'm getting into the mountains, and we're exploring, or I'm just sitting at my tent and chatting with you. So I do title these videos Cabin if you're looking just for the cabin videos. So I'm going to speed up this process just a little bit more for you. I wanted just to let you know kind of how it started, and now we're going to go into the final design today. But I do have her second drawing that she gave me when we first right after our first meeting, after we just saw her last design, if you've seen that last video. And so there's just been a couple tweaks to that here and there, but I want to show you this design, and then I'm going to show you the final design and why I chose the things that I chose for my cabin. Now, keep in mind, and I know that, there's a lot of opinions out there. This is, again, I mentioned in an earlier video, this is my cabin. So this is what I want my cabin to be. Now, I have messed up a couple times, and I'm going to explain the parts that I've messed up that I figured out later in the process, that now it's just too late to change. But this cabin design is something that I want. So you might see it and be like, oh, I don't like that, or you should have done something different. But that's okay. That's totally okay. You can do that with your cabin. Again, I just want to clarify, this is my cabin, this is my ideas, and I'm just sharing it with you. And that's why I'm creating these videos. For those of you that are looking to build your own cabin, might want to know what the process is to do that, and that's why I'm sharing these videos with you. So it has been a dream of mine to be in the wilderness and build my own cabin. And yes, I have sped up this process because life's just too short, and there's some laws that have changed in the area that is like require me to have a dwelling or a house on my land. And so it's kind of speeded it up for me, but honestly, I'm okay with that. And I'm happy about that because I'm really excited about this journey that I'm on. So I'm going to show you again the design that she gave me. It's still hand drawn, and then I'm going to jump right into the final version of the cabin. Now, the cabin I was aiming for was a one-bedroom cabin with about 1,100 square feet. I wanted something really small, something just for me. Now, I'll explain things as we go through these designs. And if you have any questions, please list them below, and hopefully I can get to those questions either through messaging you back, or I will get through that with another future video. I'm excited to show you. I am. Because there hasn't been a lot of changes since her second version. I haven't had a lot of changes, so I am really excited to show you this. Okay, you're going to notice some changes, and I'm going to do like I did before. We're going to start in the downstairs, and then we'll work up to the upstairs area. You'll notice that she does add this porch on here, but we're still on the outside. And then what I'm really excited about is this gear room that she has. That is an area that I was telling her, I said, I have a lot of gear. I have a lot of backpacks and sleeping bags, and if I were to teach a class, it would really be very nice for me to be able to store some gear for the ladies so they don't always have to bring all the gear to my to the event. And then I might be able to have extra gear that those can either rent or borrow. So in that gear room will be, she has it so there's two doors that open to you. I ended up changing that, and you'll see why. It just had to do with cost. It was better for me just to have a bigger door and have one door that opens. And then I do have a window inside that gear room to look out. But you'll notice, if you remember the design before, if you look over towards my bathroom, now I do not have a window on that bathroom wall. So the bathroom itself inside the cabin will have no exterior light. Okay, let's go towards the entry. And again, the entry is it's a larger front door with 2 windows on either side. No changes here in the entry area. I still have my closet that's right in front of me, and then I also have the closets to the left. You go into the master and you'll see that she has taken out that alcove and she's taken out that bay window, and she added a little extra area where I guess maybe a TV would go, but that would be a slanted wall where that TV would be. So no, not a lot of changes to the master. We go down the hall and again into the bathroom. No major changes there either. She did put the linen closet inside the bathroom there, and then she stretched the sink to go all the way across, or the counter for the bathroom to go all the way across. Again, not a lot of changes in this area right here. We go into the kitchen area. You'll see that she has now marked where the trash and the sink is all in the island, and she marked where the refrigerator was at. She ended up taking out the pantry, but I told her that no, I actually really liked that pantry, and for her to add that back in. And then you go over to the living room area, and there you see how it pops out a little bit. I have a little bay window here. She's actually going to make that the same size as a twin bed. Now, I thought it would be really cool to be able to put like a bed there, and because I'm surrounded by windows, that I could just sleep in the window and feel like I'm outside. Now I'm going to be right next to my stove, so it'll be really nice and toasty. I do plan on having this cabin be winterized, maybe a couple months out of the year. Maybe not the first year I have the cabin, but probably going forward, I will probably be living somewhere else for about 2 to 3 months in the winter time. And I can still see myself going up there, and it's kind of like camping, but I don't have plumbing or water. And I can just start a fire and just sleep right there at the window and be really nice and warm. So I am very much looking forward to that living room area, as that will most likely be my bedroom in the winter time if I were to go there during the winter. She also put at the top an option bay window. I didn't think I needed 2 bay windows there because I need somewhere for my couch to go. This area, this living room, it's not that big, and I didn't realize, when you first look at the designs, you don't realize how big or small things are, but I did end up doing like a little bit of a layout, which I'll show you in a future video. I did a layout, and it's a small living room. It's not huge. So I wanted somewhere I can put a couch at the wall, and I felt that it would really be kind of awkward to put the couch right at that the bay window was right behind the couch. She ended up adding the sliding glass doors there as well. And then if I look to where the fire stove is and that wall, I do plan on, I don't know if I'd have a TV. I'm not really a TV kind of person, but maybe I love movies, and I might end up having like a projector area there so I can project a movie and we can all have popcorn and stuff like that. I like that kind of stuff. So she ended up taking out the door to put wood into my living room. We just felt that it was, I really wanted the stove to be moved over to that wall, and she felt it was really kind of hard to have a door there and the stove right there, so we actually took out that door. She did have some ideas of putting a little door underneath my bay window area and possibly passing wood through there. I ended up saying no to that, told the builder that I don't need that. I'll just store some wood right outside the sliding glass doors and I'll be fine. Okay, let's move upstairs because I do want to show you the final design. So I'm going through these pretty fast, but I just want to show you again the stages that we were going through. Okay, you go upstairs, you'll see the loft area there. You see some windows that is going to be looking west. And then the bathroom area, you'll see that she moved the bathtub. And if you want to look at my last video, you'll see she had the bathtub in a different position. She moved the bathtub because I ended up making the decision to do a 2-bedroom cabin while I'm building it. That was a decision. It was a hard decision to make. This is months have gone by. I'm just letting you know, like, you're seeing these right now, but like a couple months have gone by. I've shown a ton of people. I've got a lot of opinions from people. And I decided that I was going to go ahead and build the 2nd bedroom and the bathroom. And the reason for that was because I felt that it would cost more money if I were to decide to do it later. That's the reason why I did it. Now, I debated a lot, and I had to make some financial decisions because of this. But honestly, one of my best friends is a builder. He's like, when people quote, when they bid a job, they bid a lot per square footage. It doesn't matter if you have that room there or not. So I decided at that point I was going to go ahead and put that 2nd bedroom in. And I did debate on just roughing in that bathroom, but I was like, I can see that bathroom roughed in for years and years. Let me just put the bathroom into. It's a very tiny bathroom, you guys. Like, the door barely opens, when you like stand in there, and it's a really tiny bathroom. Because I've decided to put the bedroom there, she decided to do, so again, my house, my cabin looks like this. She decided to do a little pop out like this. So that way, when you're in that bedroom, you're not like slanted over. She has a little pop out in the roof. And so that way you can walk around that bedroom and have an 8-foot ceiling. So that means my bathroom is also not going to be slanted, and that is the reason why she was able to move the bathtub, is because that's going to incorporate as well with that little pop out. And then she decided, you see this ST, that is just some more storage space for me. And again, my gear. So very excited about that. And then you'll see I have an upper porch. So this is how she designs, and this was an advice that she gave me after our last meeting. She says, well, if I'm going to put a porch there, we might as well do something underneath the porch, or else it's just basically just wasted space. And that's the reason why she put the gear room underneath the porch, because it just fits perfectly. And she said it really doesn't cost too much more to make that area a room. So I thought that was a great idea. I love that. And then I put in, instead of a door that opens into this bedroom, because this bedroom is pretty small. It won't fit a king, maybe not a queen. Thinking a full. It's gonna fit a full bed and maybe a little dresser or something like that. But we ended up putting sliding glass doors in there, and it wasn't that more expensive. And my builder friend, who does a lot of the, I don't know how you call, but he deals with a lot of the lawsuits and stuff that happens with builders, and if something leaks in a house and people end up going through a lawsuit, he's the one that gets involved in that. And he said sliding glass doors are better than an actual like regular door in regards to being more watertight. And I thought it would be really nice, since that is north facing, you're not going to get a lot of light there either, so having a bigger window would be nice. Yes, it would be cooler in there, but that would be really nice to have a sliding glass door there. Now in the bedroom towards the kitchen area, so if you look down towards the kitchen area, this is all open. The kitchen and living room area is all open. So I decided in the 2nd bedroom to put 2 little they're not windows, because they're not going to have glass in them, but they're openings that you can actually see down into the kitchen. And I'm going to put some like little shutters on them so people can have privacy still. But you'd be able to, in that 2nd bedroom, be able to look out, and you'd be able to see my windows out on my land, and you'll be able to see my land that way. So that is an idea that I have not seen it in another house. Possibly it is, but it's my way of trying to make it feel like you're outside when you're inside. And so when you're in the living room and kitchen area and you look up, it's just not a huge 20-foot wall. It actually is going to have some holes in it. I might put little flower baskets out there. So, you know, I'm weird like that. Again, my design. You know, I'm gonna have little shutters, so it actually looks like you're outside when you're inside. That is my thought right now. That will probably take a while for me to build that, but that will be something you will end up seeing, and you'll probably wonder what that is. And so the room will have some more light, natural light coming into that second bedroom. And so in the loft area, I didn't really talk about that too much, but that is gonna be, I could fit a couch up there, but I plan on probably just having my office up there in the loft, my office, and maybe a little art studio too up there in the loft. Sorry about my lighting in my office. No matter what I do, it's not doing it the way I want it to. I have every light in my office on and I'm really orange, but you're not going to be seeing me too much here. I gotta get these on. Now we're getting on the computer and I need to be able to read little words and so forth. We are going to talk about the final design of what the architect gave me. Now, I do want to let you know that like 9 months has passed since the other design that I just showed you. It took 9 months to get to this point. Going back and forth, we would have a meeting probably every month, I would say. So she would do a revision, I would come back, she'd tweak a couple things, I would come back. 9 months it took. And I'm saying it that way because I want to let you know that it's like, you don't expect to go to an architect. Now, maybe some of them work this way, but don't expect to go to an architect and then get your design back right away, get it finalized right away, and it's done. This has been a year process until I got my stamped copy of my actual architectural drawings. So I'm not going to show you all the revisions because that's just going to bore you, but I just want to let you know, be prepared to have a process at some time that goes by. And you can talk to your architect too. And again, I didn't pressure her that much because I knew I wasn't building right away. I just wanted to get the design done. And I didn't have a build date yet or anything like that. So I wasn't in a huge hurry either. So let's just go ahead and dive in here and you can see the final design. Now again, this is just the layout. We're gonna go over the exterior of the house in a future video. Some other future videos too, I wanna actually take you to the land because some things are happening there. So I wanna get you up to speed on what's going on there, and then we'll probably come back and move a little bit faster in regards to some of the exterior stuff. The exterior stuff might just be one video. Okay, you ready? You ready? Let's go in. Okay, here we have the final version, the version that ended up getting stamped. And you'll see some measurements, but I'm not gonna show you that one just because it gets really busy. And maybe in a future video when we're talking about a particular room in the future, when that room is being built, I might end up adding that screenshot in there for you. So over here in the porch area, now remember I wanted to have a ramp for wheelchair accessibility. So you'll see that there's a ramp on the porch here. I do have 2 pillars and then I have 2 steps here. Now that has changed a little bit and I'll talk about it a little bit more as we're out on the property and you can see, but I ended up adding a bit more steps to get into the cabin here. So you'll see it is pretty big porch area, again, wrapping around, coming over to the gear room. The gear room says it's gonna be a vinyl flooring. I'm actually not 100% sure what kind of flooring that's gonna be. It will probably be something that I choose last minute, and I will be doing that flooring inside that room. And again, I don't think we're going to be doing a double door. I think we're going to do possibly just a single door. That's something that I have talked to the builder about. So that is a change on my plans. And again, you'll see like these numbers and letters on there. That is calling out the windows and the doors. That's what that is for. So you'll see a window here where it says B over here in the gear room. That is a window. So it's a little small window in that gear room, just letting a little bit of light in. Okay, let's go right into the entryway. Not too much different than what you would assume it would be. Now right when you walk into my cabin, you see those sliding glass doors that for what she called the cubby area. No matter how many times I told her I didn't want cubbies, she still designed cubbies there. I was like, I don't want cubbies, but I'm the one building the closet, so it doesn't really matter. So that's totally fine. But what I do want to point out is that on these sliding glass, or these sliding doors for my closet there, I am going to do a mural. And I am working on a design right now. I'm going to paint something there that is going to be kind of mountainish looking. Again, making my cabin my own. And I'll end up showing you some ideas in future videos. So over here on the left, you'll see that there is a closet there. Now our thought was that that closet would hold the electrical panel inside there. In case you guys are wondering about my utility closet, that is one of my thoughts, was to put the electrical panel inside there. Okay, we'll continue. Over to the master bedroom. There you see the bed. She puts a little bit of dotted lines of where the king size bed lines would be. I told her I most likely will have a queen size bed, but wanted an option to have a king size. You'll see I have 2 sliding doors with a little wall in between them. And the closet goes all the way across. And then I have this TV wall, which most likely will not have a TV. It'll probably have a painting or something like that. And she wanted to make sure, because she knew I was an artist, she wanted to make sure that I had areas where I could hang art. That was something I wasn't thinking about. It really wasn't. I wasn't thinking when I was designing my cabin, when I was thinking about my cabin, I wasn't thinking about what paintings I'm going to put on the wall, what pictures I might put on the wall. I was more looking at just lots of windows. I was like, give me lots and lots of windows. And so I ended up reducing some of the window sizes because I wanted the paintings, an area for me to hang paintings and artwork, because that is important to me and it's something that I like to look at too. Okay, coming out into the hall, again, I do have that little shelf system, and I will have a barn door going into the master. And then we come into my bathroom. You'll see the word tile. I'm going to have tile all over this cabin in here, and I'll explain why. So I have a little closet in there, and then there's a sink and a shelf. I'm actually building that. I'm going to talk about a future video, but it is going to be a custom. It's what do they call them? Vanities? Custom bathroom vanity made from the wood on my property, or at least some of the wood on my property. And then we have our pocket door to go into the bathroom area and my stackable washer and dryer, and then a stand-up shower. That there is no bath in this bathroom. Okay, then we come over to the kitchen area. You'll see she elongated this wall over here in the hall a little bit, again, for more art to be able to be put on that wall. I love having pictures of my kids and just pictures of the area, and that's what she ended up doing. On the right side is going to be a railing going upstairs into the loft area. You'll see I have a refrigerator, and then she put that pantry back in. Then we got our counter, and probably self-explanatory when you look at all of this, but my island's only going to be able to seat 3 people. I'm okay with that. If you notice, I have no room for a dining area, a dining room. I'm again okay with that. If I feel like I'm going to have a party there, I will end up buying one of those like fold-up tables, and we'll move the furniture a little bit in the living room area and just make a table there. I am completely fine. I don't see, like I say, I don't see a lot of people coming out there, not even my friends. And if I do have some friends coming out there, I don't really see it being more than like 3 girlfriends that come out to hang out, you know, and we can figure it out. My girls are tough. They can figure it out, you know. So that is why I have 3 areas to sit. And then I have, you'll see these blocked areas. They're kind of black. Those are the windows. So then I have windows on the side. And what she ended up doing was spreading the windows apart a little bit. So that way I can have artwork between the windows. And again, a very good idea of hers that I didn't think about. And again, this is everything is going to be tile in this room, and then my bedroom's going to be carpet. So everything downstairs is tile except my master bedroom. So there's my bay window that I'm going to have my twin bed on, and I'll end up building some sort of a unit to go there where I might have storage underneath it. It hasn't been quite finalized yet what I'm going to do in that area, but I think that I am very much looking forward to that. I think that will be a nice place just to sit and relax or just sleep. You don't always have to sleep in your bedroom. You can sleep in different places too. And then she has this, we see number 5, she has this area for a door. She was thinking that's where I could bring wood in. After talking with a builder, we've decided not to do that. And then she has my wood stove here in the corner, and then I have this longer wall to hang either a TV or maybe just a projector or something like that, which would probably be in the future is my thought. Okay, we're heading upstairs into the loft area, and you will see that again on the in the loft part on the right hand side I will have a skylight there, so that's what that represents. I ended up taking out a lot of the skylights. I know that the more skylights you have, I am fully aware of this, in fact somebody did make a comment on this, the more skylights you have, the more risk you have to leakage. And a lot of people say it's not if your skylight's gonna leak, it's when your skylight's gonna leak. You know, I'm fully aware of that, but I rather have some natural light into my loft area, as that's where I'm going to be painting and so forth. So I do have a skylight in that loft area. Now that loft area is has a slanted ceiling in it too, so you can't walk everywhere in there. Just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. That loft area might look big, but it's really not that big because of that slanted roof. Okay, and we go into the bathroom. I didn't change anything. If you notice, I didn't change anything from her design. Everything is 8 feet in the bathtub area, and it will fit like a pedestal sink, a toilet, and a bathtub. Very tiny little bathroom, but I think it's really nice if I were to have visitors there that they can have their own bathroom rather than having to go downstairs and use my bathroom. I also wanted a bathtub. There's times where it's just like maybe I'm really cold, you know, and I'm not gonna have a hot tub out there, and that will be my hot tub, you know, will be there. And then I have a, you kind of go down the hall a little bit, you see this closet ship ladder. Now I'm debating on putting a door there or not, or just keeping it open, but that is access into Kyla's little attic area, her little triangle room. And it will have a tiny little ladder going up, or one that you pull down. That's kind of the thought. Now, as we start building the house, we'll make decisions on the spot, and we'll make decisions on the spot regarding that spot right there. And then into the second bedroom, I did want a Murphy bed in there. Now I've debated, I have a Murphy bed here in my current house that I was thinking that I was like, oh, I could just take this Murphy bed and put it up there. But it's actually bolted into the concrete of this house, so it might be sold with this house. And so I might end up changing that a little bit. But there's different ideas, but I do plan on doing some sort of like a hideaway type bed. That is my thought. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but that's my thought for right now. And I think that's a full bed. Not 100% sure. I don't know what a 5 foot, I should have looked it up ahead of time. It's a full or a queen bed, something like that. But you'll see there's not a lot of room in that room. And I think that, you know, I'll have visitors probably pretty rarely there. That be nice to be able to use that room for something else than just a guest room, is my thought. And then I have this little hideaway kind of closet, and you'll notice that it has this little backwards L shape, is because that is a slanted roof, and it's there's some areas there that you won't be able to access. So it's a really tiny little hidden closet is kind of what it is. So if I have grandkids later in life, that can be like their little playroom. You can make it really kind of whimsical and stuff, because it will be really kind of weird inside this closet. Okay, and then we go again. I have my sliding glass door, and then I got my upper porch. And then this room also has a kind of more of like a walk-in closet a little bit. The closet is still pretty small, but it will have a closet for that room as well. Okay, I did not forget about Kyla and her room, to show you what her room's gonna look like. And again, it's gonna be like a triangle, you know, like it's like a triangle, because the roof line is really, really steep up there, and it might fit a twin bed. You know, and I say might, and maybe a twin bed on the floor kind of thing. She's really excited about it. Someone else said, "You're putting your kid in the attic?" Well, it will have an egress window up at the top. I do have a skylight up in that area as well. So there's 2 skylights. There's one skylight in my loft and one skylight up in Kyla's attic area to give her some more light. And then you'll see that there's this like drop down kind of stairs in the middle. And you'll see these areas that have an X on it. That's because that's where the roof, if you kind of think about the roof, kind of, it tilts down a bit. So it, I don't know how else to explain it. You'll end up figuring it out later. But you don't have access to that part, basically. And it's very steep on the, we're looking at this, it's very steep on the right side, and a little bit more up on the left side, because again, remember, I popped up that roof for the downstairs area. So she'll have a little bit of area on that side. So what do you think? Do you like it? I guess it really just matters if I like it, you know. And again, I'm just kind of showing you the process. And remember, that was 9 months that went by, and I have a couple friends that are builders and contractors, and I was able to talk to them about some things. I also talked to a lot of my people on the Patreon, if I said that right this time. I also say Patreon, just so you know. I say it both ways. I also, because I recorded videos way earlier and talked to a lot of my Patreons too, and they gave me advice too. One of the issues, I told you, promised you I'd tell you what my mistake was, is I wasn't thinking I was gonna use a gas heater. And because I changed my mind too late in the process, it would have cost me a lot more. Because I will explain some things later in a video. You do have to have an engineer put their stamp on it as well. And it just got to the point that it was too late. It would have cost me a lot more money if I were to change the layout. So lesson learned. Make sure you have a plan for your electrical or utility room. You need a utility room in a cabin. So my gear room has become going to be my utility room. That's what's going to end up happening. Now the gear room wasn't going to have a heater at all in it. And so now I'm going to have to heat that room and kind of figure that out. So you'll see some struggles with that going forward. And in fact, I spoke to my builder today about it, because he was talking about the electric panel. And he says, "Where's the electric panel going?" And I thought the electric panel could go in one of those front closets, because when I leave my cabin, I have to turn off my well. And I can explain that later, but I have to turn off my well for my electrical panel. And it's, by code, I cannot have it in that closet. So I have to put my electrical panel into my gear room. And then I was going to put a tankless water heater into above my toilet. And turned out I can't do that either, because it needs a certain kind of air circulation or something. Again, something with code. So now the tankless water heater is now going into my gear room. And I'm like, ooh, my gear room's getting kind of smaller. And then I decided that, and I knew I should have planned ahead, that the gas heat is cheaper than electrical heat. And so I changed my mind and I went to gas heat. Well, now I need a heater. I need a place for a heater, and it needs certain kind of ventilation again. And so now that gas heater is going into my gear room. So yeah. So now my gear room has become the utility room. So I don't know how my gear is gonna fit in the gear room. So it's really nice that the architect did give me some extra storage areas, and I've been talking about other things with the builder of where can I put some more gear. I have some gear that can't get cold, like my my water purifiers and stuff can't get cold. It's not that it's huge, it's not that it's really big, but the cabin is kind of small, you know. And then and you'll see in future videos, there's some ideas with the crawl space that maybe I could use. Okay, legally you can't store anything in a crawl space up here in the mountains. No, you can't do that. But they're not, after my inspection, they're not really looking at it. We'll see, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, my gear room has kind of changed into a utility closet. So that is my my big mess up that I've done, and I've kind of come to terms with it. I've come to terms with it, and we'll be working through that as we progress about getting more access into that gear room and stuff, possibly from the house. This is all the fun. This is the fun. You know what? It's all part of this journey. Yeah, it really is. Like, you gotta have fun in the journey. As you know, it feels like I have all these puzzle pieces that I'm trying to put together, and you know what I mean? And sometimes some puzzle pieces just don't fit, and I just gotta like change things. So my builder is really good at being like, yeah, let's just change that again. That's okay. You want to move the door over a couple inches? That's fine. Not a big deal. He's really good like that. So even though I have these stamped architect plans, I can slightly move things a little bit. You know what I mean? I can't do any major changes, but I can slightly move things. Another thing I was thinking of is possibly putting some windows, maybe those little square windows up in the upper bathroom, because there's no window in there, so there's no natural light in that bathroom. So that's a thought too, but we'll talk about it as we go. So there's just a couple things that we might be tweaking a little bit as this cabin progresses. So the next video that I'm going to do on the cabin is, I found this really cool program where you could do a virtual tour. Now, a lot of architects, they end up doing that for you. I've noticed, you know, some of them don't do it at all. And some of them do this whole 3D tour of your house, and you walk in, it's like a video. I didn't pay that kind of money for that kind of a service, so I found something online, and I'd love to share it with you. It brings the cabin a little bit more to life. It's not the exterior, but again, it's just the interior. So, sorry, I don't know why my camera's not focusing today, but so I think that you really like that, that kind of look, because it just brings it more to life, and you can kind of visualize the space and how big things are rather than just seeing it, because you guys haven't actually seen any like dimensions of anything. And I will do that. I'm trying to do a cabin video every 2 weeks. If things start going really fast on my land, I'll start doing a cabin video probably every week, depending on if I'm out there to film it, you know. But I do, after that one, I do want to take you to my land, and let's get out there and see what they've done so far. So thanks again for joining. And again, at the end of this video, you'll see a playlist from everything from the very beginning. So be sure to watch that. And